Hello,
All right, we good?
everyone. Welcome to Reality Pop's annual Survivor Trivia. We've got the whole gang here today, and Adam is going to lead us in regards to what we're doing here today on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you, Chris. Welcome everyone watching live and the people watching later on. Today we are doing a very special thing. We are celebrating 500 subscribers. We wanted to do something fun. So thank you all for subscribing. And we actually just hit 600 today. So even more reason to celebrate. Today we are doing our first annual, hopefully many more to come, Survivor Trivia Competition. So we have 12 people. Chris here is going to host. He's going to take it away in a second to kind of tell everyone what to expect for this, all the rules. I don't know anything coming into this. I have no advantages. I don't know how Chris set it up. I don't know any of the questions. All I know is I am the third seed. We all did a questionnaire a week or two ago to determine the seeds of the brackets. I have the bracket on my screen, so I'll keep switching so you guys can all see where we're at, what the seeds are. Once you're out, you're out. Single elimination. So with 12 people, 4 people have a first round bye. It's the 4 people that got the most questions right on the questionnaire. It was all survivor related questions. But yeah, so these are all the people. Chris is going to take it away and kind of tell you guys all what to expect, how it's going to work, give a little introduction. But thanks everyone for watching, and thanks for subscribing. If you didn't already, please be sure to do so. Have fun. Chris, take it away.
Yeah, okay, well, we've got our last person jumping in here. Verity, welcome to the stream. I think she's just sorting out her audio. We've got a great lineup here, guys. As Adam has explained, there's going to be various rounds that people will go through to get into the final. It is instant knockout. And I'm going to start it and sort of give a little bit of an introduction as to who I am. I'm sure you guys are all here for Gideon and Adam, who normally does the Survivor buffs. I do the Survivor International coverage on the channel and also the challenge coverage with Chantal Francis as well. I've got my co-hosts Riley and Jake as well here on the show today as well. Jake is, representing the international team today. He's not going to be Team USA, even though he's over in the US, and we're going to try and see if we can bring it home. To give you guys a little bit of an introduction to me, the player that I really love in Survivor, that I feel like is underrated and maybe a little bit off the beaten path, is Devin Pinto, who I believe played the best game in Heroes, Healers, and Hustlers, but he didn't get to the end to prove that in front of the jury. So our first 2 people that are going to go up in round 1 is going to be Gideon versus Michelle in the premiere round. I know, Michelle, there, you're ready to go. We're going to get all of the other people, we're going to put them into the waiting room so that we only have those 2 left, and then we will get started from there. So let me just start doing that on this end. It is a little bit of a different setup that we've got here today compared to what we would normally do. Normally we would stream via StreamYard, but I'm having to do all of this via OBS and Zoom because we've got quite a few people here on the list of people today as well. So let me just do that. Otherwise it would have been pretty easy to put everybody in the waiting room at the same time. There's a lot of people in here, so it'll get easier as we go through this as well. Okay, Gideon, are you ready for this, mate? Have you practiced? You're amping to go. You just did all of the seasons as well.
I know, man. Like, I just ranked all the seasons, just recently ranked all the winners, so I feel like hopefully I know a bit more than I did beforehand. So, but we'll see. We'll see.
And Michelle, how are you feeling coming into this? Are you ready to take on Gideon, who is one of our Survivor buffs?
I mean, honestly, probably like this last person I would want to go against, it seems, based on what I've seen for the past 10 minutes. But it's cool. I'm definitely like, I know my Survivor facts in chunks. So I sort of was obsessed at the beginning, took a hiatus for like 10 years, came back to it with Heroes versus Villains is when I kind of started to come back in. So if this was Big Brother the Challenge, I'd be like confident. I love Survivor so much. So hopefully my love will take me through this round.
Okay, so we'll start off with you, Michelle. What is the player out there that you like, that you feel like is maybe like a little bit off the beaten track, and it might not be that it's everyone's cup of tea?
I mean, the person that comes to mind for me immediately would be someone like Russell, just because he's made it to the end multiple times. To me, like, has proven himself to be a really good winner. At the same time, though, not having that jury management is a huge aspect. So I get why he hasn't won, but I found him really entertaining to watch. The seasons with him in it are some of my favorites. So I'd go there
Awesome.
probably.
Gideon, on your end, who's the person that you like that maybe people wouldn't think you'd like?
My favorite player is Coach.
I think
So-
everyone's like, so many people love him.
Really? Because it seems like some people hate him.
Oh, okay.
But,
I don't love him.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, fair enough.
So yeah, Coach is my favorite player. I will always be a Coach stan for life.
All right, guys, I hope you're ready for this. So this is round one. How this is going to work is that each one of you are going to get 3 questions that are your own questions to answer. You can answer it outright, so you can say, yes, this is the answer, or you can ask for multiple choice. If you ask for multiple choice, you get 1 point for the correct answer. If you do it without multiple choice, it's an instant 2 points for the answer. Now, if you are still at a draw after 3 rounds, there will be a tiebreaker question, which will come down to whoever answers it first. And how you answer the tiebreaker question is by writing it down on a piece of paper and showing it to me. Whoever I see first showing the answer, they will get the tiebreaker question for that one.
Okay.
Easy enough?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we're going to go into the first question, and this question is going to be for Gideon. Gideon, who was the first ever Survivor player to find a hidden immunity idol? You do have the option for multiple choice, so don't say it if you don't know it, because if
Gary
you get
Hogelboom.
there you go, 2 points. Ding, 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 ding. Good start, good start. Okay, so we are moving on to the second question, which is going to be for Michelle. Which 2 players have the record for the most individual wins in a season, which is 7 challenges? It could be immunity or reward challenges in a season.
In one season.
Yeah, so two players have got this record of the most challenge wins in one season. Who would be those 2 players? And just so you know, if you answer it incorrectly without getting multiple choice, you don't get another shot. So if you don't know,
Okay,
definitely
give me some multiple choice here.
Okay.
Who am I kidding?
Okay, so multiple choice. Option A, Colby and Terry. Option B, Terry and Ozzy. Option C, Joey and Terry. Option D, Malcolm and Joey. So I can give it to you again if you want.
No, I'm gonna go with. Oh God, I'm gonna go with B.
So you are going with Terry and Ozzy. Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is the incorrect answer. It is Colby and Terry who have got the record for most challenge wins in a season, which is at 7, and that still hasn't been beating. Pretty impressive there from the original challenge beast in the show. I feel like his stocks have gone down in recent seasons because of how he performed in Heroes vs. Villains, but that's an age-old record that he set in Australian Outback. Now,
Yeah, wow, that was a long time ago. Yeah.
a very, very long time ago. So we're coming over to Gideon now with the next question, which will be, which Survivor winner never experienced a tribe swap?
Oh yeah, multiple choice. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, so your multiple choice is A, Todd, B, Bob, C, Chris Underwood, D, Adam Klein.
I'm gonna say A. Todd.
So you're going for Todd Herzog. That is the incorrect answer. It is Chris Underwood. He was voted out before the tribe swap and only came back at the merge. So he was never involved in an actual tribe swap in his season. So a little bit of a fact on that one there. It is a tough one. We're going to go over to Michelle on the next one. Michelle, how many seasons has Ozzy played Survivor? You can
Wait,
get
can
multiple. So just
yeah,
so you know.
I mean, I don't know how much that's gonna help me, but yeah,
It's
give
not.
me multiple choice.
Yeah, like, in reality, it's probably not going to help you. You're better off to just shoot from the hip on this
You know
one.
what? I'm just gonna shoot for it because honestly, I okay. Hold on. Oh Jesus. Okay, I'm gonna go with. No, it's at least twice. Oh, I'm gonna go with 3 times.
So you're going with 3 times. Ozzy has played 4 times so far. So good guess. It would have been better for you to just shoot it from the hip, to be honest, because I would have gone 1, 2, 3, or 4. So how much would that have?
Exactly. That. Yeah.
So in hindsight, when I was planning this out, it was going to work better in my head than actually asking the question here on the live show. Now we're going into also just another fact here. With the winner that has never experienced the tribe swap, you actually had a few other choices as well there, Gideon. You could have gone for Denise, Brian Heideck, Tom Westman, Richard Hatch, or Tina Wesson. None of those winners either experienced the tribe swap, just for the putting it out there. So there was a few choices for you to go. Now, the next
My
question.
bad.
The next one's coming back to you as well. Gideon, who was the first ever runner-up of Survivor? The runner-up in Borneo.
That was Kelly Wigglesworth.
That is correct. You've got another 2 points here. And this is going to put the pressure now on Michelle for this last one. Michelle, who was the youngest ever player to win Survivor?
Adam?
So no, the youngest ever player is Fabio. He was 21 years old, and he was a couple of months younger than Jenna Maraska, who was the youngest player ever to win it. Prior to him, she won the Amazon. So youngest player ever to win it. So definitely want to see.
Todd?
Todd was like 25, I believe, when he won the show. He
Fabio.
looked really young. He had a baby face.
Yeah,
You know I was looking at like old compilation videos last night, and there was a whole Fabio section, and god damn it. Okay. Well,
That's
it
okay.
was fun, guys.
So Gideon wins this first round with 4 points to 0. But Michelle, thank you for stopping by and giving him a challenge. And I hope you stick around to see who's gonna outlast everyone, outwit and outlast everyone here towards the end of this competition. Gideon, I'm going to put you onto the waiting list, and we will get the next competitors coming in here as well. Thanks for coming along, Michelle. Really appreciate it. All right, guys, there you go. The first one of our challenges are gone. Now, the next two people that I will be bringing into the competition will be my lovely co-host from the Chantal Francis from the Challenge podcast, and also Verity. They will be our next competitors that will come in here. And for those who don't know who Verity is, Verity does a lot of our video content on I believe it's the best alliances, all of those top teams. She's involved in all of the top 10s. Chantal, I'm going to come over to you. A lot of people see you on RHAB. They see you on your own channel, Reality Realness, where you break down a lot of shows that are not Survivor related. And we're really happy to have you here to talk about Survivor. Who would be your player that you love that people might out there, they might not love that person as much? So we've already had, I won't try and influence your sort of answer on this.
I'm just gonna go with the usual. I love myself a Boston Rob. He probably is the guy that made me really love Survivor. I remember seeing him on, where is he from, Marquesas, and like I was like, oh my god, he is like he's showing strategy, and he made it really strategy kind of cool. And I was like, I wanted to see what he was going to do. So I was so upset that he didn't do well that season, but obviously super happy that he came back. And so I've been following him and Amber and their love story, and they won a couple million and Amazing Race. So I've been a fan of Boston Rob's. Some people say that he's overrated, but I don't mind him being overrated. I really enjoy him. I don't care if he's cocky. I don't care if people don't like his game style. Like, I'm into it. I love Boston Rob. It was my first Survivor crush.
Great choice. Like, I think that, Boston Rob is bigger than the game of Survivor by now, because he's played it so many times, and he's just got that legacy that he's built over so many seasons. Verity, welcome from down under. Who do you like in Survivor, or who's the person that you like that most people maybe wouldn't expect you to like, your guilty pleasure in Survivor? You're on mute.
I love Rupert. I adore him. And I know that he's played with a lot of strategy. He hasn't always had the end goal, except for this whole good versus evil. I'm a hero, I'm a Viking, I'm a pirate kind of thing. But if he could just have a drop of strategy in his game and could get anywhere with it, he could go so far. But he is my guilty pleasure. I love him.
That's awesome. Now, like I said here before we went live, Rupert being one of two players who's played in an international season, for those who don't know, an Israel survivor, he was a reward for the Israeli survivors to go out and show them how to make camp, how to catch food, and all those kind of things, which was a pretty cool little thing that Rupert was involved in quite a long time ago now. I don't know how I know that. That's probably why I'm the host. You guys don't want me to compete in this one. So we're going to go to the first question. It is going to come over to Chantal Francis. Chantal, which of the following were never a season name in Survivor? A. Brawn versus Brains versus Beauties. B. Millennials versus Gen X. C. Family versus Friends. D. Game Changers.
C, family versus friends.
That is correct. You get 2 points there. And we're going to go back now to Verity. And Verity, I'm going to give you multiple choice here for the first one as well, because the first question I had to go on multiple choice for Chantal. But after that, you're not going to get multiple choice. And if you get it outright, it's 2 or 1. So your question is, who was the first player ever to be swap screwed in Survivor history? He famously was the leader of the Simbura Alliance. Was it Rob Zett? Was it Brandon Quinton? Was it Silas Gaithier, or was it Boston Rob?
I'm going to go with B.
So you're going for Brandon Quinton?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a shot in the dark.
It is Silas Gaithier, who is popularly known to be the first person ever to be swap screwed in Survivor history, and he was seen as the leader of the Simbura Alliance, going all the way back to Survivor Africa, which is where he played, and we've never seen him come back after that as well. But since then, we've always had the swap screw sort of edit for certain people within the show. So we've got Chantal here after round 1, taking a 2-0 lead here over Verity. So I'm going to come back to you now, Chantal, to see if you can continue this great momentum. What is the record for the most times that someone has been voted out in a single season? Like, how many votes did this person get against them in a single season to go out? And by that I mean, like, they've been voted out that many times in a season. So not they got 5 votes against them in tribal council, but they were voted out once or twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times within a season. How many times is the record for one player to be voted out in one season?
Wait, let me just clarify and understand this. So, like, as in, like, out of the game and then come back and then are potentially voted out again?
Yes, that is correct.
I'll take the multiple choice here on this one. I mean, even though it's probably not going to help me that much.
Okay, so the record could be either one of 3 options. It could either be that someone was voted out once in a season, it could be that someone was voted out twice in a season, or it could be that someone was voted out 3 times in a season.
I feel like I've only seen someone had maybe twice, so I'm just going to go with 2 times.
Okay, so the record is actually Aussie Lush, 3 times in one season. He came back in Redemption Island 2 type of twist, where he voted himself out prior to the merge, went to Redemption Island, won his way back into the game, and then got voted out again, and then again got voted out, and then came back from Redemption Island for a second time, and then got voted out for a third time. So he's got 3 times in one season Aussie's been voted out. Now, we also have Russell Hans on the show, and this is just a little bonus question. You guys don't get points for this one. Who dominated season 19 on 20 of Survivor? Russell Hans asking that question, and we all know who that was. It was the,
Russell Hands! Russell Hands!
It was the King of Samoa. He's the one who won those 2 challenges in Samoa, or who dominated those seasons. Now, the next question, Verity, is going to come your way. How many Survivor winners have played the game more than once without ever being voted out throughout their Survivor careers? How many Survivor players have come back to play the game for a second or third time and have never been voted out of the game? So who's got an undefeated record in Survivor?
So they've never been voted out.
Yeah, so which Survivor players have come back and have never been voted out?
I mean,
I'll give you a little hint. I feel like I need to give you a little hint. There's 2 players. There's 2 winners that have done this. Do you know the 2 winners who've never been voted out?
Winners. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I get multiple choice because I'm drawing a blank.
Yeah, so you can have either Todd Herzog and Earl. You can have either Michelle and Jenna Maraska. You can have Michelle and Denise. You can have Tina and Tom Westman.
I'm gonna go with Michelle and Denise. No, I'm sorry, B. Michelle
B.
and Jen.
Yep, so Michelle and Jenna Maraska is correct. So both Michelle and Jenna Maraska has played the game more than once and have never been voted out of the game. So Michelle obviously made it to the final in Winners at War, and Jenna Maraska was never voted out of All Stars. She ended up leaving the game early because of some family reasons. So the only two winners to be undefeated. We are going to move into number 11. Who has found the most hidden immunity idols in their Survivor career, Chantal?
Multiple choice.
So the players that potentially could have won the most in their Survivor career is Ty Trang, Rick Devens, Ben Driebergen, or Russell Hans, who have found the most idols in their Survivor career.
Can you say the names again, please?
So you've got the choice between Ty Trang, Rick Devens, Ben Driebergen, and Russell Hans.
I'm going to have to say, I don't know for sure, but I'm going to say Ben, because I just remember being like, oh, him again. And so I was really like annoyed by the fact that he kept on finding them. And I don't remember having that feeling about the other people. So that's my guess, is Ben, for that reason.
So the correct answer is the King of Samoa, Russell Hans, has found the most idols in the history of the show. He's found 5 idols, which is still a record right now over the multiple seasons that he played. Now, Ben did find quite a few idols in his first season. He found 3, I believe, and another one also in Winners at War, which puts him at 4 idols overall. So, you know, very close one. I feel like I kind of set you up there because everybody got annoyed with Ben playing so many idols in one season, but Russell Hans still remains the king of idols on this show. Now, last question comes back here to Verity. Verity, you still have a chance to beat Chantal here because the score is 2-1 going into the final round. You do need to answer this question without going for the multiple choice. So the next question would be, how many winners have played a perfect game without getting a single vote casted against them and winning the show unanimously in the process?
Oh my God. Sorry.
So do you want me to repeat the question?
Yes, please.
So how many winners have played a perfect game without getting a single vote casted against them and winning unanimously in the process? So they got all the jury votes and never had a single vote against them when they played the show.
Okay, look, I'm gonna go shot in the dark because
I need a number.
it's at least 1, so 1.
So there is actually 2 winners in the history of the show that have played a perfect game and that have never had a vote against them and also won all the jury votes. And they were JT and Cochrane. So for all the crap JT gets, still a great winner in that season, specifically that he played. Now, that is it for this round. We do have Chantal moving on to the next round. Congratulations, Chantal. Verity, thank you for playing. Please stick around. Have a look at what is going to happen in the rest of this one. I am going to put you guys back in the waiting room because we've got the next 2 people who are going to be joining me, and that is going to be Nathan and Justin. So a couple of really interesting ones there, guys, that are coming up on the questions. Really love having Russell in there to say that he is still the Idol King. I agree with you, Russell. That is a record no one can take away from you. So I'm going to put Justin in here with me, and I am also going to have Nathan come on as well to join me in this one so we can do the next part of the competition. Justin, my man, how are you doing today? So we can do the next part of the competition. So you might want to just turn off the audio on whoever's listening to the stream on the back end, because otherwise
Nathan,
we're going to
watch out, man. Watch out. I'm coming for you.
Awesome.
I'm a sports guy. If this was sports trivia, I feel confident number 1 seed.
I love the trash talking, starting right from the start. Justin, okay, shoot it to me straight, mate. What is the season of Survivor that you like the most that most people maybe don't like as much? Like your hot take season that you absolutely love, but you don't feel like other fans are that high on it.
What season do I like the most, you're saying?
Yeah, but maybe other people don't like it as much. Like a hot take that you have on a season that you love, but other people might not love it as much.
All right. So it's kind of tough for me, but I'll just say this. I'll preface it with this. Kelly Wentworth is my favorite Survivor. Any season I got to watch her, I loved. Well, maybe not my favorite. I always tuned in when she was in the game. I would say Cambodia just because I liked watching Kelly Wentworth, or Nicaragua. So.
Nicaragua. I love hearing that. I love Nicaragua. I know it's not very well liked by a lot of fans, but I think it was a good season, so it's a good choice. Nathan, what's your guilty pleasure when it comes to Survivor seasons?
It's gotta be Marquesas or Gabon.
Marquesas or Gabon. Yeah, so Marquesas is still the only season I haven't seen. Guys, go check out our hot takes video that Coach Drew and Gideon did about Marquesas. I think that Drew might have half convinced me to go and watch Marquesas because that's the only season I haven't seen yet up until this point. Now, we are going to go into the next round with the multiple choices. So, first question is going to come your way, Nathan. Which season was the first season that allowed players back in the game after they were voted out? So which season had a twist where players could come back for the first time in the game after they were voted out?
Can I get a multiple choice?
Multiple choice. You can either have A, Redemption Island, B, Survivor Panama, C, Survivor Pearl Islands, D, Edge of Extinction.
C, per islands.
That is correct. So, Nathan, you get the first point here. And we're going to move on to the next question, which is coming your way, Justin. What year did Survivor premiere in the USA?
I am going to go with the year 2000.
And that is correct. Well done.
Let's go!
So you've got, Justin is up with 2 points. Nathan, you've got 1 point because you needed multiple choice on that one. So we're going to go to the next question for you there, Nathan. Which other famous reality TV host also applied for the role of host for Survivor? Which other famous reality TV host on CBS has also applied for the role of host of Survivor?
Phil Colgan.
That is correct. 2 points. Well done. That was a good one. So the challenge is on. We've got Nathan here on 3, and we're coming straight back to you, Justin, on this next one. What season number was the first time to have returning players on it? So what season number was the first time that we had returning players come back to play the game?
I am going to go with season number... Oh, my gosh. Season number 8.
That is correct. So season number 8 is All Stars, and it was the first season where we had returning players come back to the show to compete. So the pressure is on you here, Nathan. We're going into the final round with Justin on 4, Nathan on 3. Nathan, which Survivor season didn't have a merge?
Merge. Can I get multiple choice?
Yep, so you've got a choice between Survivor One World, Survivor Palau, Survivor Cook Island, and Survivor Ghost Island.
Survivor Palau.
That is correct. So Palau never had a merge. Steffi joined the Carrara tribe after her tribe was completely demolished, and after she had to vote Bobby John, or they had to do the fire challenge at the end. So that puts you on 4 points, and you're now equal with Justin going into the last question here. And Justin, it's all on you to win it or lose it. Which player holds the distinction of being voted out of the game first twice in their Survivor career?
Oh my gosh. Can I get a multiple choice?
Yes, so you can either have Debbie Eaton, Darnell Hamilton, Tina Wesson, and Francesca Hoagie.
I'm going to go with B.
So you're going to go with Darnell Hamilton.
Yes.
Yep. So you're incorrect here, and I'm going to give Nathan an opportunity to answer this question. If he gets it right, then he will win the sudden death on this one. Nathan, who's the person who's been voted out twice in the game?
Francesca.
Yes, so Nathan, you sneaked it here at the end. You've got the win, and you're moving on to the next round. Best roundup so far by anybody, guys. Really good job. This was close throughout. Really enjoyed it. Nathan, I will be seeing you later on again. Justin, thank you for playing. You gave the eager turtle really. I think you made him the nervous turtle in this specific one. You did
He
really
seemed
well,
like
mate.
he was sweating a little bit. He was sweating a little bit, but good job, Nathan. Good job, man.
I thought you were gonna
winning.
get that one.
You gotta win. That way, I feel like I lost to the champion. So you gotta keep
Alright.
moving on and win it.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Awesome.
All
Okay,
right.
I'll put you guys in the waiting room now. And I'll see you a bit later on again, Nathan. And we are off to the next round, which is going to be Jake versus Doug. So we're bringing in Jake versus Doug for this next round. And let me just see if I can find him in between all of my people here on the list. Nathan. Oh, sorry, not Nathan. Move him in a second. And Doug. Doug.
Hey,
Hey, Nate, how's it going, Doug?
good. How are you?
I am good, and I'm just looking for Jake to be your contender here. Sorry, guys, trying to figure out the Zoom deal today because I don't normally stream them from Zoom. Jacob, there we go. And it's a little bit clunky, but we're getting there. We couldn't get everybody on StreamYard at the same time. Like, it's way too many of you guys here to jump onto that one. I'm going to put you back into this back room for now, Nathan, and I will see you in a bit. So the next two people we've got here that are going to be going up against it is Doug and Jacob as well. Doug, tell us a little bit about your channel, what you do on the channel, and also tell us a little bit about maybe the Survivor player that you like the most that people wouldn't expect you to like.
Yep. So I'm Doug. My channel is Eager Turtle. So I do like compilations on Survivor. Done some more commentary recently. Player who I like, who would be controversial. I feel like Purple Kelly because she was put out there with like no clothes basically, and
Yeah.
went along with the game anyway, and then was treated badly by production, even though she seemed like a nice person.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite in a weird way.
No, that's great.
It's
It's a great observation. Plus, guys, I apologize for those who heard me call Nathan Eager Turtle earlier in the channel. He is the Survivor King. He's got his own channel as well that you should go and check out. So similar to Eager Turtle does the same type of videos as well. Now, we also have Jacob with us here today. Jacob is one of my co-hosts on the International Global Survivor coverage. He is playing for Team International today, but he is from the USA, Arizona. Jacob, give us a little bit of a background in regards to when you first started watching Survivor, and also who is your favorite player that people might not think would be a favorite player of yours.
Right. So I started watching, I think, right after Heroes, Healers, Hustlers ended, and my favorite player, or did you say player or season?
Give me both. Shoot it to me straight. Who's your
You know
favorite
what?
player?
I'll give you both. Player, I think this guy gets a bit too much hate. I'd say Philip Shepard. I think he's extremely entertaining, and I recently watched Redemption Island, and I was thoroughly entertained the entire time. And as for season, I'd say South Pacific. I think Gideon said that in the chat too. I agree with him. That season can have some really funny moments, and it's just really like kind of dark, interesting season. So I'd say that.
Jake, you made us lose Russell Hans. He's off the channel since you mentioned Philip Shepard as your favorite player. Forgive him, Russell. He does not know what he's talking about. We're going to go into the next round. And Doug, you're going to get the first question in this coming to you. So the rules are, you get to answer the question. If you don't need multiple choice, you get 2 points. If you do need multiple choice, you get 1 point. You both get 3 questions, and we go into a sudden death if there is a draw at the end of the 3 questions. So the first question for you, Doug, is which is the only player to end? Which Survivor player is the only Survivor player to attend every single tribal council in one season and survive?
Denise.
That is correct. So you are starting off with 2 points. Brilliant start there by Doug in this round. And we are going over to Jake. The pressure is on, Jake. In which season did we have our first ever tied vote, resulting in a third place player to vote for the winner of the season?
That would be Ghost Island.
Oh, we're off to a start here, boys. Love it from the international team. We got our Doug over there in Australia. We've got Jake, who does the international podcast. You guys are making me proud. Moving on to the next one. And this one is to you, Doug. How many times has Survivor been located in the Philippines? How many seasons have been shot in the Philippines? I need a number for this one.
Difficult. um, 2.
So the correct answer is 4 seasons. Season 25, 26, 27, and 28 were all done in the Philippines. So not this one for you, Doug. We're going to go on to the next one, which is going to come over to you, Jacob. Jacob, who negated the most votes against them in a single season by playing an idol correctly?
Is this for like one idol play, or like if they played it multiple times, like throughout the entire season?
So it is throughout their entire season. One season, they negated the most against them. And also, just so you know, you can get multiple choice if you're unsure. You get 1 point for multiple. If you get it wrong without multiple choice, you don't get a second chance at it. So it's up to you.
Okay. I will do multiple choice.
Okay, so option A, Davy Rickenbacker. Option B, Ben Driebergen. Option C, Rick Devens. Option D, Kelly Wentworth.
I'm going to go with Kelly Wentworth.
That is the correct answer. Good job. And she had 12 votes negated against her in one season by playing idols correctly in second chances. Now, we are moving to Doug with the next question. And the question is, who has played Survivor for the most days?
Does that include Redemption Island?
That includes any time that they've spent on the show at all. It counts towards the days that they've played the show. Did we lose Doug there? I think we might have lost Doug in that one.
What's
Right,
the
you're back.
ruling behind it?
Sorry, so we've got you back now. So I was just going to say, so it is any days that the person has played. So if they've been on Redemption Island, that would count as days on the show as well. So who's spent the most time out on the island?
Let's go with.
I can give you multiple choice, but you'll probably know who the multiple choice would be.
Probably. Let's go with Poverty.
So Parvati has played the game for the second most days out on the show. She's done 149 days, but Boston Rob has done 152 days. So he is actually the person who's been out on the island for the longest period of time. Good effort, though. So we are still tied here with 2-2 going into our final round. No, actually, we're doing the second question here for Jake. Jake, which season introduced the Idol Nullifier? What season was the Idol Nullifier introduced in?
Season 37, David vs. Goliath.
That is correct. Jakey boy pulling out a 2-pointer there, and that puts him at 4 points going into Doug's 2 points. And this is the final round now, Doug. Coming back to you, who was the first Big Brother player to make an appearance on Survivor US? There has been 2 Big Brother players that have played Survivor US. Which one of them were the first to ever do so?
Who was the second person? Just trying to think of myself.
I could tell you who, multiple choice. You probably need the 2 points on this one, so you want to shoot off the hip.
Let's just go Hayden.
You are correct. Hayden is the first ever Big Brother player to play the game of Survivor, and the second person was Beast Mode Cowboy Caleb Reynolds, who got medevaced in Korong. So that makes it 4v4 going into the final question here for Jacob. Jacob, who was the first ever player to win the car reward on Survivor? You can get multiple choice as well. You are on a 4-4, not telling you what to do, but you do have that choice.
I'm gonna go with Colby.
You've got it. Colby Donaldson is the first ever player, and I think you might be the first person who got all 3 questions right off the bat with 6 points. Well done, Jake, really representing there. Doug, it was a good battle. It was a close one there in the end. It was just the one question there that went against you. We've got some really heavy hitters on the show at the moment competing, and that means that, Jake, you're moving on to the next round. You will be going up against one of the top seeded players who we haven't seen in this first round. All of them had a bye. Doug, stick around, definitely. It's been great having you on. I will put you back into the waiting room, and the next person I am bringing in is going to be Adam, and Adam is going to keep me on track in regards to who is going to be the next matchups that's going to go into the next round here. So let's get Adam on. I hope everybody that is watching it is enjoying it. I haven't been able to look at the chat too often because I'm trying to keep this thing going. But it's been a lot of fun for me here to test everybody's knowledge against each other going into the show. So Adam, keep me on track. Share the screen. Let me know who is the next people that are going into the next round against each other.
Absolutely. And you can hear me? I'm coming across?
Yeah, I hear you fine.
Okay. Very cool. Okay, so this is our, and I figured I might as well just stay in to watch all the other ones here. And I'll mute myself when people are battling, but
all right,
I'll stay in during just so everyone can see. So here's the bracket as we have it so far. All the top seeds advance, no upsets. So we have Ron and Chantal, Riley and Gideon, myself and Nathan, and then Drew and Jake. We're gonna go ahead and do. Why don't we go ahead and do Riley and Gideon next? So Riley's the number 2 seed, Gideon's the number 7 seed.
Just making a note of that on my notepad here. So you want to do Riley and Gideon in the next round? No problems. Let's pull them in and go from there. And the second round is going to be a different one. We do want to keep it fresh here and mix up the way that we're going to be asking these questions. So the next round will be a true or false scenario that people will be answering. So looking forward to that. And I'm going to pull in here, like I said, the guy. So how was it like watching that, Adam? Did you enjoy that? You said it's intense. There's a few people here that were super onto it, man. Like I feel like that matchup between Jake and Doug was a heavy hitter. The one between Nathan and Justin was a very heavy hitter one as well. Like there's been some really good rounds coming into this from the start. So we've got Gideon, and then we have got Riley coming in. No pressure on Riley, but Riley was our second seed when we did the questionnaire coming into this trivia, which we were really excited about. So Adam, you can just go on mute for this one from here on out. Riley, we haven't seen you today on the show. Give people that are watching this a little bit of an introduction. I did see that you were commenting a little bit on the channel there. You've got the Snuffed channel as well. Tell them a little bit about what it is that you do. I know that you're an Australian Survivor fan like myself. Tell us a little bit about maybe the season that other people don't like that you really like, and why do you like it, and also what you do on your channel.
So on my channel, I do mainly just story videos at the moment, going through all the winners of Survivor, only small, but still starting out. My guilty pleasure season, though, Chris, it's a bit of a controversial one. Nicaragua. I'm a big Nicaragua stan. Fabio is my favorite player. I think he played a very underrated game. Not the best, but still deserving to win. There are a lot of fun characters in that season that, I really like it, whereas others might pan it. I'm not a fan of Gabon, though, Gideon. Sorry about that.
Warning shots fired here, Gideon. So we've got the US Survivor podcast versus the International Survivor podcast in this roundup. It is the main event. If I had a drum roll, I would go and we're ready to go here. So we're going to do a different round this time around, Gideon. It's going to be true or false, right? And also how this one is going to work is that I am going to ask 5 questions of each one of you each time, and it's going to be whoever can answer it correctly first. So you need to write true or false on your bit of paper and show me, and whoever shows me first, they get the answer on this one. So question 1, are you guys ready?
I feel like I'm back in my freaking Survivor orgs. Golly. Okay, go ahead.
All right. Like, Survivor's ready. Survivor trivia people ready.
I know, dude. I feel like I'm in a challenge now, man. You're putting time into it. You're killing me.
All right.
Killing me, man.
Question 1. Survivor has had 3 seasons in Africa. True or false? So Gideon's got true and Riley's got true. You both are wrong. They've had only 2 seasons in Africa. It's Gabon,
Gabon
in
in
Africa.
Africa?
And Africa was in Kenya. So luckily both of you got it wrong. Gideon was the first one to answer that one. We will be moving on to the second question. The second question is true or false? The jury has always started at the merge, except for Heroes versus Villains and Island of the Idols. Gideon was first with false, and he is correct. Thailand, Gabon, and Fiji, all of those ones, the merge started before the merge. Before the merge, they did the jury. Going into the third question, and I better take a note of Gideon having 1 point here in the lead. The jury of Redemption Island is the only jury in a season with returning players to contain only first-time players. So the jury in Redemption Island is the only jury in the season to return only. And I had Riley first. Riley's got true, and he's right. So Riley will get a point on this one. We have got a draw at 1-1 going into question 4.
I know, man.
Man, my heart rate is racing for you guys. I'm not even competing, and I'm feeling it.
I know.
Okay, so question 4. Survivor is based on a show that has been running in Sweden since 1995. True or false? So both of you went true. It's false. It was based on a show in Sweden from 1997, not 1995. So a little bit of a trick question there.
Yo, get out of here with that, bro. Oh my gosh.
So the last one is going to be the tiebreaker. Question 5.
Oh no. Riley, don't choke, dude.
There were 5 female winners in the first 10 seasons of Survivor. True or false? Yep, I've got Riley first on this one at true, and he takes it. There were Amber, Sandra, Jenna, and Vesepia and Tina in the first 10. That was very close between you guys. Most of you guys were like, both had the right answers from the start, but Survivor buffs reign supreme in this round and moves on to the next round. Gideon, well done. We will be talking to you in a little bit. Riley, thanks for playing. Stick around. Keep an eye on what is going to happen in the rest of the one so we can see who's the Survivor Trivia Champion. And I will bring in the next people onto the show. So we have got Ron and Chantal who will be in the next one, and we're going to invite them to come and compete here. Let me have a look. Chantal, bring her back in, and Ron. So for those of you who don't know, Ron was our number 1 seed coming into this, and we've just had our number 2 seed being knocked out, which was a bit of an upset. Adam, are you really proud, I assume, of the Survivor buffs there at the end of the day, pulling it through?
Yeah, absolutely. Go team. Be an interesting matchup. I know if Doug had won, me and Gideon would have been against each other, so that would have been interesting as well. But that was intense. That might have been the most intense one yet. So let's see if this one breaks it.
So I feel like that challenge there with having Riley just being knocked out, all my hope now is on Jake for the international team to pull it through. But, I look at it this way, if Jake doesn't do it, it's going to really get me off the couch participating next year because someone is going to pull it through for the international team. All right. So
might have to be a Canadian.
Yeah, well, you definitely, you guys are international as well. I'm just recruiting. Like the more and more people that want to come onto the international team, that's good for me, Adam, you can go on mute, and I will get into the next round, which is going to be Chantal versus Ron. Ron, it's the first time on the show here with you today. Give us a little bit of a background on when Survivor fandom started for you, and potentially who's the player that you like that most people might not like, and what's the season that you like that most people might not like?
Oh, well, thanks for having me. I'll be honest, I didn't realize that this was a live stream. I blame Chantal for that, as she's the one who introduced me to this, but I'm very happy to be here. I began my fandom on May 31st, 2000. I was 14 years old, and I watched the very first episode in my parents' living room. And the second episode, when they had to eat grubs, I ran outside to the garden looking for worms to show to my mom that I could do the same. But I've been a fan for 21 years. I'm a hardcore fan too.
Awesome. Well, you had an absolutely record-breaking questionnaire answer. Like I think you did it in like 48 seconds, which was pretty impressive. It was by far the fastest that anyone did it. So no pressure.
I set my bar way too high. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, wow.
Well, it's sort of a little bit of poetic justice that Chantal and Ron, the person that got you in here, you can get payback and knock her out, in this round. So the way that this round works, guys, there's going to be 5 questions, and each one of them is true or false. You need to write down either true or false. You can just do T or F. Maybe even have it written down before we even go into it, so you can just lift up whichever one you think it is. And it is going to be time. So whoever I can see first, that person will win the question. So, Survivor trivia, people, are you ready?
Hey, hold on.
Let's. Oh,
I'm getting new
I guess
paper.
we'll wait for Chantal.
I know, right? Like I had all the time in the world here.
Close this curtain because I've got sun right on my face.
Hey, Chris, if it's ever too close, I can be a tiebreaker on who put their paper up first. If you want to do it that way, I'll be fair. I have no preferences.
I'm sure I'll be slow on the draw here. I'll be like, yeah.
It was pretty close between Riley and Gideon the whole time. They were like going at it, but I think I had the hang of it. But definitely, if I do need to refer to the Third Empire, like we call it in cricket, I know that will go over most people's head over in the States. Then I will go to Adam for that. All right, you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. I don't know why I'm nervous. I'm asking the questions.
Don't be nervous. You're doing such
I'm
a
not
great
actually
job.
nervous. Oh, he's nervous. Okay.
All right, so we're going into the first question. Boston Rob has played with all female winners in a season except for 2 female winners. True or false?
I don't understand the question, but
Boston Rob has played. Okay, so true is incorrect. It's false. He's played with all female winners except for 1 female winner, which is Natalie White. That's the only female winner he's never been in a season with to date. So really interesting little fact there. It was one of the ones I was super proud. I was giving myself a pat on the back when I found that one. It's just you guys are the
stumped.
Yeah, I got you guys stumped on that one. So we're going into the next one. So the next one is, it took 14 seasons for the first Asian American to win Survivor. True or false? So Ron is correct. It is false. It was season 13, which was the first one that an Asian American, and obviously the Asian American was Yul, who won that season, one of the most beloved winners of Survivor. If you don't love him, I don't want to know about it. Don't at me. Okay, moving on to the next one. So question number 3. Bob Crowley is the oldest Survivor winner of the show at the time of winning. So true, Ron was first. Both you guys had it right. He was 57 when he won the show, which is pretty impressive if you ask me. We're moving to the 4th question. Ozzy holds the record for being voted out the most in a single season. True. So for those who listened earlier, that was actually a question that have come up more than once this trivia round. So Ron was a little bit quicker there off the trigger than you, Chantal, and that puts Ron at 3, which means he can't be caught, but we will still do the last one for the sake of doing it. The last question is, Bobby John Drinkard made the jury on both of his appearances on the show. And Ron is correct once again. He didn't make it in his first appearance. He was knocked out in a fire-making challenge against Stephanie just before she went to go join the tribe and then be on the jury. As always, it's great to have you guys here. It was a great competition again here between you guys. Chantal, thank you for stopping by.
I was just being really hospitable because he was our guest, and so I wanted to make sure that he had a great time. So I just let him win that one.
I tell you what,
You're
I
a
saw.
liar, but listen to Reality Realness with 3 S's nonetheless.
I was gonna say I saw Adam sweating. He's getting hot. He's like having to open his collar. He knows Ron is on his way. Ron is going to be coming for the crown at the end of this, so he's feeling the heat.
There's a crown, is there? Well, let's do this.
All right, so we are going to put you guys onto the waiting room again, and the next 2 people in is going to be Adam and Nathan. So Adam is already here. See you soon.
Let's actually do Drew and Jake next. Save
Okay.
me and Nathan for last for this round.
Not an issue. So
Good job, Ron.
what did you think of that round? Another really good, hotly contested round there. Ron seems to be really knowledgeable. He's the person to beat if I had to put money. Him and Jake. Jake had a really good first round as well. Jake was the only person in the first round that didn't get a single question wrong, and he got 2 points in every single one of them as well.
Well, that's because I wasn't in the first round.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. So, okay, we got Jake coming in, and we have got Drew coming in. This is the battle of the heavy hitters, because we do know that Drew was someone that we thought would be the number one seed coming into this one. So, and Jake, obviously, someone who did really well in that first round. Drew, it's great to have you on the show finally today. I'm a big fan of the hot takes so far that you've done on the show. I think I said earlier, I don't know if you were listening, Marquesas is the only season I have not watched of Survivor US. I did watch the hot takes. I am going to go watch that season based off the podcast you had with Gideon, because you made Gideon a believer. You know, Gideon came in there, wasn't really wanting any bath soap of it, but you know, after that, Gideon was going on and he was questioning life, you know, and what he thought about Survivor as a whole after that podcast. So for those who haven't seen Marquesas, for those who haven't seen the hot take show, go back and have a look at that podcast. Really good podcast there from Drew. Drew, give us a little bit of background in regards to who you are. You know, how did you start watching Survivor? Who's your guilty pleasure person to root for in the show? And what is your guilty pleasure season? Don't go Marquesas, because I know Marquesas is one that you said no one else liked, but you like it. What other season out there is one that you rate really highly as well?
Okay, so Coach Drew, I started watching Survivor Borneo. I was 9 or 10 years old. Season 2 Australia inspired me to go to Australia, where I learned how to play rugby, which is what I do now. I coach rugby. My favorite hot take player / everyone knows Survivor crush is Hannah Shapiro from Millennials vs. Gen X. And my favorite underrated season, would it be crazy if it was Thailand? It's not Thailand. I'd probably go ahead and say Australian Outback is starting to fall down on a lot of people's lists. I still enjoy it, so I'll go with that.
Not
Good
all
choice.
Stars?
Not all stars, never all stars.
I don't know, Drew. Me and you are like the same wavelength. I like that answer. I like Australian Outback as well. Okay, so you guys know the rules of this. It is a true or false questionnaire. There's 5 questions. Write down a T and an F, so true or false on your bit of paper before we go live. You're going to have to lift it, and the first person who shows me true or false will get the correct or get the point for the question.
You can't read that, can you?
No, you're going to have to be pretty close for that. Do you have? Do you have?
I'm in a hotel, so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to think what would be. So maybe if you have like 2 different colored things that you can lift lift the white paper,
Okay,
or
yeah.
like a little book for. So white would be true, the book would be false. Might be the easiest way to do it.
Bibles in hotels, right?
Just so you guys know, if you ever question it, this is as live as it gets. You know, I didn't tell these guys what to do beforehand. So yeah. So the Holy Bible is the truth, and then the white paper. If you put the white paper up, it's false. All right. So that's how we're gonna go about this one. All right. Trivia people, are we ready?
Ready.
All right. So here we go. First question. The record amount of idols found in one season is 4. So the record amount is 4. It is Rick Devens in Edge of Extinction. He's got the record for most idol finds in one season. So second question. Let's go into the second question. Ozzy has the record for the most votes placed against him over his entire Survivor career. True or false? So it is false, and Jake was a little bit earlier there on the trigger. Andrea Bucchi has got 36 votes against her on her Survivor career, but Ozzy is second with 34 votes against him. So it is pretty close between those two. We're going into the third question, and so far, Jake, you're taking the lead on this one. The player who has voted against the correctly booted person the most throughout their Survivor career is Parvati. So the player who's voted against the correctly booted player the most in their Survivor career is Parvati. We've got Drew with true, Jake with false. Drew is correct with true. Parvati is first. She's voted for the correctly booted person 28 times in her career. Boston Rob is second on 27, and third is Russell and Amanda at 25. So Russell played a lot less than Boston Rob and Parvati. So pretty impressive to be in the top 3 there of players who have correctly voted so many times for the correctly booted player. So we're going to move into question 4. In the first 11 seasons of the show, the final 2 were contested by 2 males 3 times. In the first 11 seasons of the show, the final 2 were contested by 2 males for 3 times. Both of you have gone false. Jake was first on the trigger. Jake, you're correct. It is false. It was only once. It was in Survivor Thailand between Brian and Clay. Those were the only one where 2 males went up against each other there in the beginning. So, Jake, you're taking the lead here with 2-1, and we're going into our final question. Final question, guys. Palau was the first Survivor season to have 20 contestants compete in it. All right, so Drew has come up with true and Jake has come up with false. I can tell you that Drew is correct.
He said true.
Yeah.
He said true.
True, yeah. So I can tell you Drew is correct. Yep. So it is the first season that had 20 contestants on it. Did you see true as well? Sorry.
Yeah, I did say true. Yeah.
Sorry. So I was getting ready for a tiebreaker here. Thanks, guys, for keeping me on track. So that means, Jake, you take the win here with a 3-1.
Wait, I thought it was whoever put it up first.
So did you put it up first? Sorry, Adam.
I put it up first, but he still said true. Yeah, he still said true.
Okay, yep. Okay, so that means we're going into a draw. Thanks, guys, for keeping me up into the right one here. Don't want to screw anybody out of this. Now we're going to go into a tiebreaker question here, guys. This one here is going to be a multiple choice question. You're going to have an option to answer it outright, or if both of you don't know what it is, we're going to go to multiple choice as well. Which season introduced the legacy advantage for the first time? Okay, so I had Jake, I think, first there. Adam, do you agree Jake's hand was up first?
It's tough because I think Drew might be on a slightly bit of a delay, judging by his reactions to your question. So it's a little tough to seeing who's first. So maybe is there a way to ask a question where they both write down an answer and they can put it up at the same time and just until someone gets it wrong?
Okay, yep, I'll do that. All right. I'll ask the next tiebreaker question here, and you've got to write it down and show it to me to get it. How many players have returned from Survivor Fiji, and name the players that have returned from Survivor Fiji? Okay, so definitely on this one, Jacob was the first one up. Yawman is the correct answer. He's the only player to ever return from Survivor Fiji. So, Jake, you do take the tiebreaker here. Congratulations. You're keeping it in there for us for the international ones. Great contest by you guys, though. It was the first tiebreaker so far. It's really good to see.
Wait, sorry. What did Drew have for the answer?
I had one in Yawman.
Yeah.
So Drew had the answer right as well.
Yeah, he had the answer right as well. It's just Jake was a little bit quicker.
Jake put it up first. Yeah, Jake put it up first.
Well, what I was saying is I think Drew is on a slightly bit of a delay. So I think Jacob is able to put his up a little sooner. I mean, I'm just doing that based on I've been watching Drew's like eyes and reactions as you're asking the questions, and he'll go down the right. So I would say maybe for the tiebreaker, instead of making it who could answer it the fastest, just if they get it right, if they both get it right, then just ask another question and keep doing it until they get one, till someone gets one wrong.
Okay. Okay, so yep, 100%. You do that. Are you all right with that, Jake?
Yeah, I'm up for that.
Okay, so I'm going to go back to the first question that I had. Which season introduced the legacy advantage to the game? Okay, what do you have there?
I have Millennials versus Gen X.
Okay, Millennials versus Gen X. Jake was the first one up there with Millennials versus Gen X as well. For the next one, I think that we do need to have both of you guys write it down. I know it's not that clear, but yeah, just so we can go through this. So, which season of Survivor lasted for 40 plus days? Australia, yep, that's correct. Okay. Which Survivor season introduced the final 4 fire making challenge? Yep. Which season of Survivor at the longest Survivor challenge ever at over 11 hours and 55 minutes? Oh, sorry, I can't see you. Palau, is it? Wow. Okay, cool. Okay.
Intense. This one's coming down to the wire.
Now, I don't want to go to the tiebreaker questions for some of the other rounds that I have here, just in case we do need that. You guys are pushing me a little bit harder here than what I thought, so good job on that. All right. In order, give me the first 10 seasons of Survivor. In order, give me the first 10 seasons of Survivor.
It's a close one, Chris.
It is
who's going to win this.
It is a really, really intense one. It's exciting to watch, though.
Said first 10.
First 10 seasons here, yep. Okay, so we've got Borneo, Australia, Africa, Marquesas, Thailand, the Amazon, Pearl Islands, All Stars, Vanuatu, and Palau. All right. Now, I feel like the only way we can break this one is going to be to do a tiebreaker, Adam, and it's got to be with time. I know there's a slight delay, but if it's a long list, I'm hoping that this will give you guys more of an opportunity to write a bunch of things down here. So I want to know, in order...
So write as fast as you can.
Write as fast as you can. In order, give us the Survivor seasons between season 20 and 30.
Whew. Nail biter. Triple overtime game here.
Yep, they've got me working for my bacon today. I'll tell you that much. You know, I'm getting some extra questions here because I'm trying to keep some tiebreakers for any of the later rounds as well. So these guys have done a really good job here. We've got Jake up first, so Jake has locked it in. But if he's correct, just still go. You don't know if he's correct yet, so let's go and see what is going to happen here. It's got Heroes vs. Villains, Nicaragua, Redemption Island, South Pacific, One World, Philippines, Caramon, Blood vs. Water, Kagian. Yep, Worlds Apart. He's got it. He's got it. Good job, Jake. You have taken the tiebreaker here. The biggest and the longest round we've had so far. It's been really, really good, guys. Congratulations. But Jake, you're staying in there for the international team, mate. Good job.
Man, give me a run for my money here.
Yeah. All right. I might as well keep Drew if you want to stay in for this next round to be the Adam for me while I've got someone in here and just sort of be my second person that can help me judge how people are doing. That'd be awesome. And I will put you, Jake, into the waiting room. And Adam, you are going up against Nathan. So this is going to be a banger.
Here's the thing. We don't need a judge. You might as well just give this one to me now because I'm taking the cake. Survivor buff. Let's get it.
All right. Nathan, welcome back, buddy.
No.
Did you like that one? Did you see it? It was a pretty close one. Yeah, I'm working up a sweat here with these guys, the way they're answering these questions. All right.
Here's a question. Will Adam win it all?
No.
Is it,
False.
you see it? Is it coming?
Now, Adam, you haven't had a proper time to introduce yourself. I don't know if it's really all that needed. Everybody knows who you are by now. But give us a little bit of what made you watch Survivor. What was your first season that you watched? And also, what's the season that you like that most people probably don't like? Or who's the player you like that most people probably don't like as much?
Yeah, my parents say that I watched it since Borneo when I was 4 years old, and I was sitting on their lap as they would stay up watching it. I sort of remember All Stars, Vanuatu a little bit, but the first season that I really remember watching is Guatemala. So that's my first. What was your other question? You asked.
So the player that you like that other people might not like as much.
I I mean, I used to think there wasn't enough love for Todd, but the more I'm getting established within the community, I do see that the Todd love is out there. Maybe, I mean, I feel like people don't hate Fishback, but I feel like I've always been a huge Fishback fan. So I'll say Steven.
He deserved some votes in the final. Not that JT didn't play good, but I mean, the type of game he played, I
Yeah.
feel like he deserved definitely to get some votes. True. All right, so you guys know the rules of the game. There's 5 questions here. If you guys don't go to a tiebreaker, and then it's true or false. So whoever puts that up first, that's the person who I'm going to go with on this one. So first question, you guys ready? All right, Drew, I need your eyes here while I'm reading. You're gonna judge who's seeing it first, even if you see it at a slight delay, you know. And our ruling is final. So okay. Tyson Apostle has made the jury twice in the 4 times that he has played the game. True or false?
Adam.
Adam's got it. Yep, he's got true. So Adam, you go up with this first one and you get the point. He made it in Winners at War and Token Cheese. Those are the 2 seasons that he made the jury. Second question. Tony played 2 out of his 3 idols that he found in Survivor Kagion. Played 2 out of 3 in Survivor KG. We had Nathan up first. He's got true. Adam's got false. And Nathan is correct. It is true. He only played 2 of his 3 idols. He never played the super idol that he found as well. He just had it there as a threat until the end of the game. Question number 3. And we are going into this one with a draw 1-1, guys. The last...
How much do you need to win?
So it's just the most out of 5 wins. Whoever gets the most out of the 5. If you guys are a draw, then we'll continue to go. Okay.
Got it.
So question number 3. The last female player to tie the record for most individual immunities in a season was Kim Spradling at 4 immunities.
False.
Nathan.
Yeah, so false is Nathan. Nathan is correct. It is false. It's not true. Chrissy Hoffbeck on Heroes versus Healers versus Hustlers also won 4 immunities. So good one there, Nathan. You're taking the lead at 2. We're going into question number 4. Joe Anglin has the most tribal challenge wins in Survivor history. True or false?
Adam.
Adam's first. He's got true. What do you have there, Nathan? I can't see.
True.
True.
Somewhere here.
So both of you guys are wrong. He actually does not have the most tribal wins. He is actually 4th behind Rupert, Rob, and Ozzy. Ozzy is first at 24. Rob and Rupert is in 2nd place at 22, and then Joe is next, I believe, at 21 for challenge wins.
Wow.
But they made a massive thing of that in his storyline, so I knew I would get a few people if I asked the question. Okay, final round here, guys. 2-1. All right, here we go. Final one. Richard Hatch has only played 1 season of Survivor.
Adam.
Adam's first with false. So we are going into another tiebreaker, guys. So I am going to have to go back to my tiebreaker questions here to see what I can do. All right. Give me 1 second while I load up my challenges here. Drew, what do you think of this one? Second one in a row here that we're going into tiebreakers, mate. It has been really intense.
If you run out of questions, I've got plenty.
Oh, you got a couple of questions there as well. I just don't want it to be any of the questions that I might ask in the final rounds. So it's like the only thing I'm trying to prevent at this stage. But we can risk it, I think. But just give me 1 second while I load this here. All right, I think I've got one.
Okay.
Good question. Okay, so this one here is going to be an answer. You've got to give me the Survivor player. All right, who is the Survivor player that has averaged the highest days played in any Survivor season that they have played? So the highest average days that they've played, and it could be a 1-time player, it could be a 2-time player, it could be anyone. Who's the highest? Okay, both of you guys are wrong. It's actually...
I know the answer.
Tell us who it is, Drew.
It's Keith from Australia.
Yep, that's right. Keith has played 41 days on average because there were more days in a Survivor Australia Outback. So that one there is going to not go your way. All right, next question, guys. Tiebreaker question here. Who found the most hidden immunity idols in 1 single season?
Adam.
Adam's got it. Rick Devens. He wins the tiebreaker. It is Rick Devens who found 4 idols in 1 single season. So, Adam, you're moving on to the next round. Stay online for a bit while you work through who the person is or the people are that are going up against each other in the semi-final round here. Nathan, thank you for participating. This was a close round all the way through, and Adam had to come from behind, so you made him work for his bacon.
Yeah, man.
All right, mate.
Awesome
Thanks for
stuff. Thanks, Nathan.
Thanks for stopping
All
by. All right. Thanks again, Coach Drew, for helping out as well. If you want to hang around the back end, maybe just while we've got Adam on as well, then I might just pop you back in to be that second person for me as well, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Awesome. All right, Adam, what's the damage? Who's going up against who here in the next round? And well done on getting through to the semi-final round.
Oh man, I needed all that. All right, so me and Gideon, we got the two survivor buffs facing off, three seed and 7 seed, and then we have Ron versus Jake, the two I want to say underdogs, the two surprise players, just because obviously they haven't come on the channel that much yet compared to some of the other people that were in the competition thus far. So two interesting matchups. I guess it'll be Ron and Jake next.
Awesome.
Would be our two.
Ron and Jake. Okay, so we're going to go into that, and this has been a lot of fun to see who the best of the best are. And one thing I am sure of after having looked at this lineup so far today is that a lot of people have got a lot more knowledge than what I expected. You know, Jake and Drew going up against each other, that was just legendary stuff. I mean, they had me scrambling to get questions out there. There's so many tiebreaker questions needed for that round. I think this will be a really good one because, again, we're going to mix it up, to use the words of Julie Chen and Big Brother, expect the unexpected, guys. It's not going to remain the same throughout with how we're going to be doing these questions. Right, so Jake, you're back. Ron, you're back. I hope you guys have enjoyed the show so far. I hope you enjoyed me scrambling there to break the tie between Jake and Drew in the previous round. So this round is slightly different, guys. It is going to be called List That. So we're going to have 5 questions where you're going to have to list more than one person potentially, or more than one season potentially, that falls into the category that I'm going to name. So you're going to have to write it down and then show me the paper with it on it. If I can't see it immediately, it's fine. We can figure out what that is afterwards. The key thing here is to try and be the first person to show me that you've got it written down to get the answer. So the first question is, list the final three members of Survivor Borneo. Who were the final 3 of Survivor Borneo? All right, so I think Jake was slightly ahead there with Kelly, Rich, and Rudy, and that is correct. So, Jake, you get the first point here in the final round. Question number 2. List the final 3 of Survivor Cook Island. So Jake, again, slightly ahead. Yul, Becky, and Ozzy. Jake, you get that one as well. And we're going into question number 3. Right. List the final 5 heroes in Heroes versus Villains. The final 5 heroes in Heroes versus Villains.
Final 5 heroes?
Yes, heroes.
Okay.
Right, we've got Ron in here first. JT, Amanda, Candace. Can you lift it a little bit as well, Ron, so I can see? Sorry, lift it up a little bit. Colby and Rupert, you've got it right. So Ron takes this point here. Good job. Getting one back on Jake, so it's 2-1. Question number 4. List the last 3 players who were medevaced from Survivor from the latest season going back. Who was the last 3 players who've been medevaced on Survivor? This is a toughie. I think it might be the toughest one so far, Adam, so... Okay, so we've got Caleb, Neil, and Joe. Caleb, Neil, and Joe. And we've got Pat, Caleb, and Eric. You guys have got, both have got it wrong. We've got Ron with most of it right, except he missed Pat, and then you had Pat in your one. So both have got it wrong, but you got some in the right place.
I forgot the cow wrong ones. Or I forgot Neil, man.
Yeah. Okay, so you're going into the final question here, guys. List the first 2 players to return to the game as captains of their tribe. List the 2 players that first returned as captains of their tribe. Okay, Steph and Bobby John. He's got it. So Jake is in first with Steph and Bobby John. Jake, good job. You are moving on to the final round. You continue to upset and come from behind. Ron, it's been great having you on. You've been a great trivia competitor throughout this, and we hope to see you shortly again in one of these events that we do in the future. And thank you for stopping by.
Thanks for having me. This has been fun. Have a great night. Good luck, Jake.
Thanks.
Thanks, Ron.
All right, so I'm just going to put you back into the waiting room, and I'm going to bring your competitor, Gideon, in. So it will be a Survivor International versus Survivor Buffs challenge in the end there when it comes up to it. So good job, Jake. You're representing for me and Riley here.
Yeah.
Talk to you soon. All right, so we will bring in, over here, we will bring in Gideon, who's made it all the way through to the end. I wonder if Gideon knew he was going to be here this long. It's a busy man, you know, he probably had other things to do, but he keeps winning them. All right, let's have a look at Coach Drew. Bring him in as the Empire. Not too sure where Gideon is at the moment. Might have just taken a quick break. Oh,
Yeah,
Coach Drew. This is dedication, mate. We've got you in the car still being the captain for us. Love it. Or the coach. That's awesome.
Gideon's in a quick bathroom break. He didn't think that last round was going to happen so quick. So.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough. Fair enough.
Maybe you know what? At the end of this, we were going to shout out some of the upcoming things going on in the channel. I guess we can take that opportunity to
talk about it.
To do that now.
Yeah, 100%.
So the Survivor buffs, me and Gideon, who you're about to see in this matchup, should be great. We just finished up our tier ranking of every single Survivor season. So check that out. It's on the channel. If you go to playlists, you can see it under the Survivor buffs playlist. We have 9 interviews with past contestants. So check some of those out. We have a couple interviews coming up. I don't want to say names so far because there's a chance we might do one and we might not air it for a month or so. So I'm not going to say names because we don't have the schedule figured out, but we do have some great interviews coming up over the next 2 months, including multiple winners. We are also going to be doing a live Dreamcast of a Dream Survivor Third Time's a Charm season. So players that have played twice but haven't won. Drew is the host of Survivor Hot Takes. He's going to be continuing to do like 20-minute average podcasts every Sunday where he's going to, debate are certain seasons good seasons, are certain players actually good players. I believe this weekend he's going to talk about, is Survivor actually rigged or not? I believe that's the topic, right?
It's not, people. Just tune in, but it's not rigged.
Yeah. Chantal and Michelle and Ron, those guys who you would have seen earlier on in the competition, they host The Block, which is us covering Big Brother and Big Brother Canada. Right now we're covering Big Brother Canada. Chris and Chantal covered the Challenge Insiders. They had an episode today, a couple more to go. And Chris is also recapping Survivor South Africa Island of Secrets. We've had 5 or 6 players from the season already, about 5 or 6 more to come. He does it with Jake and Riley, he would have seen. Gideon is here. He switched methods of viewing. So he is you have to kick the Gideon that's already in here and add the new Gideon to the Zoom call because he's switched over to his phone. But that's it. We got and then we also do Survivor Best Ofs. We just released the Best of Parvati Shallow, edited by Survivor King Nathan, who you saw on the channel today. Check out Best of Parvati Shallow. He's already done Sari. He's already done I forget who Tony Vlachos, and we're gonna be doing Boston Rob next month. Doug, otherwise known as Eager Turtle, is going to be doing a Survivor Analyzed episode where he does sort of commentary videos on Survivor, moments, players, events, seasons. So that's coming up as well. And Verity does a once a month Survivor Top 10. Our next one coming up is the Top 10 Strongest Alliances.
Right, we've got Gideon back with us on his mobile phone.
What's up, everybody?
Awesome. So Adam has just given us a full rundown on everything.
Down. That's what's up.
Me? Oh, am I going to? Okay, I'm going against Adam. Adam, you suck.
Just wanted to let you know, Gideon, there's no immunity idols hidden there in the kitchen where you're out and about, trying to find an immunity idol to get through to the finals. That's not going to work. I know you're hunting and the cameras is on the move to follow you through the building, but this is not how this game works, okay?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just giving you grief. Okay, so we're moving into the next round, which is Gideon versus Adam. How this round works, Gideon, is that you need to write down a list. It's called List That. So it's 5 questions.
Okay.
And the first person to show me the list, they're the person that gets the point. And this is the semi-final showdown. Okay, question 1. Are you ready, Gideon? Are you ready, Adam?
I'm ready. I'm ready to make a list, Chris.
All right. Question 1. List the players who have returned to play the game again from Survivor China.
That it? Just 3? These 3?
So you've got 3. That's not correct. Adam has got Todd, Amanda, Courtney, PG, and James. Adam, you're right. You get the first point in this showdown between the buffs. All right, we're moving on to.
Take it, Adam.
Move on to the next question.
I don't think I was right. I don't think I was wrong, Todd.
Todd, you're right. You're right. Todd didn't come back. I didn't see Todd there. I thought you didn't. I thought you had Amanda, Courtney, James, and
But
PG.
I crossed it out. I crossed it out before you read it. Does that count? I don't know if that counts.
Give him the point. Give him the point. Give him the point.
Yeah.
Give him the point.
All right. Name the Survivor seasons within the last couple of seasons that has only had one player return. Within the last 10 seasons, that only had one player. Sorry. Scratch that one. It's a confusing question. I'm going to move on to the next question. Sorry, I was just reading it and it didn't make sense. Next question. List the final 3 players for Survivor Philippines.
Oh my gosh.
Final 3 for Survivor Philippines.
A.
Denise, Laura, and Michael. Close, but not right.
I forget her name.
Denise, no, so it's Lisa Welchel. So both of you guys got one wrong. All right, so no points for either of you. Adam is still in the lead with 1 zip. Okay, list all the players who have played the US show 4 times or more. List all the players who have played the US show 4 times or more.
Adam.
That it?
So Aussie, Rob, Parvati, Sandra. Parvati, Rob, Aussie, Sandra. It is Rupert, Aussie, Tyson, Sandra, Sari, Parvati, and Boston Rob have all played the game more than 4 times. So both you guys have got it wrong, but you had the biggest ones there. All right, we're moving into our final question for this round.
Oh, Adam, give me this one, man. Come on now. Let's make you into a tiebreaker. All right.
Name the 3 seasons that James Clement played in. Name the 3 seasons that James Clement played in. Adam's slightly first. Heroes versus Villains, China and Micronesia. Adam has got it. He squeaks it out here over Riley, and he's got 2 zip. It's been great having you on the show, Riley. You've been a blast, mate, and you made it pretty far. I'm sure we'll see you in the future, and I'll be looking out for those buff episodes as soon as they come out.
Gideon?
Thanks, man. My name's Gideon. I love you, Chris. Bye.
Yeah. All right.
See you, Riley.
So we are moving into Adam. You're in the final, mate. You actually made it.
Told you.
Yeah. Without, just so you guys know, he's not involved in production. He didn't tell me what to do in this. He had absolutely no idea what was going on throughout this. So he's made it here.
I gotta go, fellas.
On his own right. Head is all good.
Okay.
All right. So we have
Drew.
got
Thanks for joining us.
the finale coming up. Let me make sure I have got the finale questions ready. I've got that ready. It's the showdown between the International Survivor Show and the Survivor Buffs. It's the way it should be, with the people that should know the most of the game here going up against each other at the end. And I'm going to make sure that Jake gets admitted into this as well.
Is anyone still in the waiting room?
I think we might have. Let's see if Riley is still in there. I don't know if he's still there. I can see if I can bring him in to be like an extra person for us. Oh, Riley is still there. Hey, Riley.
I'm here.
All right, Riley, you're being pulled in from the edge. You're coming back in here at the end, not to win the game. I'm not giving you that type of power, but you're going to be my co-captain or co-referee, per se, in this last round to help me determine who is showing me the answers the quickest here. So the final round will be called Name That Thing. We've got,
Gosh.
because it's the final.
You guys hear my dogs in the back?
That's all right, mate. Just
Oh my gosh.
He's excited.
Can I hear? I'm gonna go calm them down real quick. I'll be right
no
back.
problems. You do what you need to do. Riley, what do you think of the fact that we've got one Survivor buff and one international Survivor showdown person here from the podcast representing both me and you here? What do you think?
It's a big matchup here. I'm hoping that that Jake pulls it out for the international boys. But hey, Chris, just remember, my name's Riley. That was Gideon you just had before.
Did I say Gideon? Sorry. I've been doing this for too long, guys, so I'm going delirious. Like, I think this is the longest I've done a podcast so far, but it's been a hell of a lot of fun. And I won't call you Gideon when we've got our own show going on. I don't want to get people confused, unless I want to get some of the viewers, because I know a lot of people are here for Gideon, you know? So it's be like, it's me and Gideon today on the international show. I've seen Russell say here that he's rooting for Adam in the final because he doesn't like International Survivor. We know that, you know? So there's no pressure on Jake here. Prove him wrong, you know?
Hey, Jake, you can calm that dog down, but you ain't calming this dog down right here.
Right.
Here we go. All right, so it is the final. So it's going to be, again, you're going to write down what the answer is, and it's going to be who shows me this first, right? And I've got Riley here to help me determine who's got the first person who's showing me the answer. We've got 10 questions in this round because it's the final. So we're upping the stakes, okay? We want to make sure that the best person wins. Right. You guys ready?
I'm ready.
Well, we know that Adam's ready. He's bred for this, you know? All right, we're going into the first question. The first question is, what was the name of the second season of Survivor? Okay, so Adam is up first with Australian Outback.
Got it.
Adam has got that first point, taking an early lead here against Jakey Boy. And we're moving into our second question. What do we call someone who is being dragged to the end without having any chance of winning the game? Adam is slightly ahead again there, so Adam gets the second one. Question number...
Faster, Jake.
If I would have wrote Philip, would that have counted?
Yeah, well, yeah, bonus points for that one. Going into question number 3. What was the season called that revolved around past relics being placed into the game? Adam again, just sneaking in there. Ghost Island gets the third one in a row.
My gosh.
All right.
Can you, would you mind giving the score after each? So
it's 3-0 to Adam. We're going into question number 4 now, and there's 10 questions in this final round. All right. Question number 4. What was the alliance named between Christian Hibiki and Nick Wilson? Okay, Jake in first. Jake has got Mason Dixon, and that is correct. So, Jake, you get a point. So, 4 rounds in, Adam 3, and Jake 1. We're going to question number 5. Who played the game as a self-made millionaire and the owner of an oil company? Okay, so again, Adam just sneaking in there first. Are you with me on that one, Riley? I've got him at 4 points here, going in against Jake at 1 for the first 5 questions. We're moving into the last 5 questions of the game, and I think we'll play it out regardless, even if Adam does end up getting an unsurmountable lead that is not going to be able to get caught out. I think we would play it out just for the sake of the fans to hear all the questions. So, question number 6. What is the post-merge strategy called in which one tribe completely eliminates the members from the opposite tribe? Oh, who was that? I couldn't see it.
I think Jake got that one first.
Jake,
Only
okay.
Just, though.
I thought it was Jake as well. So Jake has got Pagonging, and that is correct. So Jake gets 2 points here. We have got 4-2 after 6 questions. Question number 7. What type of edit does somebody get when they don't get any airtime on the show? Jake in first with purple edit, and that is correct. Yeah, it is correct. Jake gets the third point here. So it's 4-3. Jake is coming back really strongly here after 7 questions. We're going into question number 8. What is the twist called in which a tribe member can choose to leave their tribe and join the opposing tribe? Oof. That was too close to call for me. I think they were
Way too
both.
close.
Yeah, they were
Way
both
too
there.
close.
I give them both a point for this one. Mutiny is correct. 1 point Jake, 1 point Adam. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points for Jake. 4 points for. I'm sorry, 6 points for Adam. 4 points for Jake. And we're moving into question number 9. Question number 9. What is the terminology used for a tribe that are down in numbers? Jake has got it. Minority. Nope. You still got a chance here. It is the minority, but there is actually a term used by the superfans if someone is down in numbers. Do you have that one, Adam? Riley,
No,
out of
no.
interest sake, do you know this one?
Oh wait, maybe I do. Maybe I do.
Jake has got it. Yeah, underdog. No, pretty close.
I was going to say, is it Matsing or Oolong even?
It's oolonging. You've got it. Oolonging is the correct terminology for someone that is blind. So it's named after the Oolong tribe of Survivor Palau that got completely decimated. We're moving into our final question, and Adam, you will take the championship regardless. You've got 6 here against Jake's 4. Congratulations on that. But we will ask the final question nonetheless. Right. If the vote is tied, the tribe members will draw what? Yep, rocks. And I think Jake was just in ahead there of Adam. So Jake ends up here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6-5 is the final number between you guys. Close battle all the way to the end here, guys. But Adam ultimately is our champion for this year's annual Survivor Trivia. Adam, next year it's on, buddy. It's me and you. I'm getting involved.
Hey, awesome job, Jake. That was down to the wire.
Yeah, you too, man.
That was awesome. Okay, well, should we have a look and see who else is still in here and put them back on, or how do you want to close this off on your
Sure.
end, Adam? Yeah, let's have a look and see who's still in here. I think we've got Nathan and Verity is still in here as well. I think the rest of them not. Verity, welcome back. Nathan, welcome back. Verity, what did you think? What did you think of that showdown there at the end between Jake and Adam? How many of those would you have gotten?
Look, I was doing really well for a long time. The oolonging I'd never heard of either. That's had me stumped, and the pagonging as well. But the rest, I was like, oh, I would have had
See,
it.
the thing is, I wouldn't have got that right, but I'm watching Palau right now, so that's kind of funny.
Makes sense, right?
Yeah.
In hindsight, if you look at it.
What's tough is I feel like most Survivor fans would get these questions right. It's just the fact that you're worried I have to get it right first. So you have to, process so you almost got to like, sometimes Chris, you would ask a question and I would think I knew what you were saying. So I would start to write it and then I would cross it out. I was like, oh, it's the wrong thing. If you notice, some of my answers have like crossing outs because I was writing as you were asking. Sometimes I would be right. That's how I would get them so quick. So, yeah, it's a lot tougher. A lot of people are gonna watch this and be like, "Oh, how did they get that one wrong?" But when you're under the gun like that, you got to hurry and write it. It's 20 times harder to.
I had the easiest job in this whole thing because I just had to try and keep you guys up track. The only thing that almost got me off track was when the Jake and Drew one went on for as long as it did, because I had tiebreaker questions for the other rounds as well, but I was scared of going into those and then not having tiebreaker questions for the next round. So they went on for so long. I was scrambling for I was on the internet Googling extra facts and asking extra tiebreaker questions because it's completely live. But Jake, how was that for you, mate? You get the runner-up spot here. It's not something to be, laughed off at any matter. You did it really, really well throughout the competition. And I think you made Adam's job easier by beating Drew as well, because he is an encyclopedia when it comes to Survivor.
Yeah, man, I've never been invested in anything in my life. I was right. That's the fastest I've ever written anything in my life. I wanted that.
My wrist hurts.
Yeah, same.
Some wrist exercises.
Yeah, 100%. Now, guys, if you've watched the stream and if you've enjoyed it, we thank you for being here. Because we're streaming this differently from the way that we would normally do it, I don't even know how long we've been live, but I hope you guys are still here with us this deep into the stream. And if you're enjoying what we're doing, we've just hit 600 subscribers, like Adam have said. We're really excited about that. We're targeting 1,000 as our next big goal. And like we had a special event for 500, I think we'll do something else that's special when we hit 1,000 as well. Myself and Adam and everybody here will brainstorm that in regards to what we can do, and at some points we'd love to get the fans involved in some way as well. So join the Discord channel. It's on all the Survivor Buffs videos. They've got the Discord channel on their links as well. Join that channel so that you can communicate with us directly there and let us know how you would like this channel to evolve. We want the community to be a part of what we're doing here as well. Adam, any final words there from your end?
No, you wrapped it up perfect, Chris. Thanks everyone for watching. Thanks everyone for competing. I know it was tough getting 12 or 13 people from all across the world. I think we had 5 or 6 different time zones going on on here today. So we made it work. So thanks everyone, the contestants, for joining. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
until the next one. Maybe we'll do a teams one sometime.
Yeah, 100%. And Russell, if you're still there, thanks for dropping in and putting some comments out there. Even though you don't like Australian Survivor, we still love you in any case, mate. It's all love on this end. So thanks for dropping by. It's been great, guys, and we will catch you